What is the dark reality of these big four companies?
Maybe they are applying to 20, 30, 40, 70, 80 job applications every month, and they're hardly getting 2 or 3 interviews scheduled onto their site. Hardly 2% of the applicants are using video resume ka feature. What I totally feel is, and that skill of communicating, that skill of excelling in front of them, that skill of showcasing your confidence is itself is going to be positioning you in a different level of candidate compared to somebody else.
Switching multiple times from job companies to company will also affect your entire profile.
If you are a working professional, then you should never marry the company. You should never marry
You
a
should
company.
only date the company.
You should only date the company. You should never marry the company, because people are stuck there for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, but it is not reflecting in their bank account.
I saw a person standing on the 12th floor and he just jumped and he lost his life.
People are only worried about their salary negotiation. Rather, they should also be focusing on their notice period negotiation, company joining ka negotiation, or maybe early release ka negotiation.
Internal hike कैसे होगा? I mean, जैसे you were telling about we were discussing around the hike. Get an internal hike rather than thinking of switching the job again and again.
Rather, how significant you are, how relevant you are, and how much up to date you are. That's gonna be like going ahead and making a lot of difference. And you must have seen people with their they have spent 10 years, 12 years, 5 years, 7 years, 9 years in the same company, and somebody less smart than them.
Hi everyone. So today in Sujata's talk show, we have an inspiring guest named Saurav Pal, who is India's leading massive hike specialist. He's a TEDx speaker, he's the author of the book, and he has been impacting more than 2 lakh plus people and having a huge community of 12,000 plus. So Saurav's journey is very inspiring. He started his corporate life with 10,000 salary, and after 3.5 years of experience, he has touched to 40 lakh per annum. And he has not just increased, has got hike for himself, but he started this community where he can help people to get that massive hike so that it can help everyone around across the world. So in this entire podcast, we have spoken around Saurav Pal's journey, that how he started with 10,000, and we have spoken around how to get a good job, how to negotiate better, what are the skills that you need to possess to compete with the current market, and lot more. Have fun, have happy learning, make notes, and don't forget to let us know in the comment section that how was the video. Hi Saurav, welcome to Sujata's talk show.
Thank you so much, Sujata.
Awesome, कैसा लग रहा है?
एकदम next level feel.
Wonderful. So Saurav, since you are a massive hike specialist and I'm a public speaking coach, तो क्या बोलते जोर लगा दिया जाए on the conversation.
Absolutely.
Cool. तो पहले मैं जानना चाहूँगी कि आपकी जर्नी के बारे में, कि काफ़ी टाइम से मैं भी आपको फॉलो कर रही हूँ, काफ़ी टाइम से वी आर कनेक्टेड. तो आई हैड सीन योर जर्नी एंड मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप अपने हमारे ऑडियंस को भी बताओ कि यू स्टार्टेड ऑफ विद द 10,000 सैलरी and now you're a massive hike specialist. So where did you start from, and share that part of the journey?
So as soon as I passed out from the college, gave a lot of interviews and I tried for a lot of time, and then I finally got an opportunity to work with HCL.
Wow.
And that too on a very big salary of 10,552 rupees as my monthly salary. So that was the beginning. And after struggling and after giving a lot of interviews, I was able to only grab 10,000 rupees wala salary.
Right.
And it was like it was disheartening, as well as it was a big alarming point for me that after spending more than 20, 23, 22 years in my formal education, I'm not even able to grab at least 20,000 rupees ka monthly salary. So that was a big eye-opening point for me as well. And then I started focusing on my personal learning and my like self-education and improvising my skills, working on my communication, working upon different skills in different areas, so that I can ultimately grow in my career and grow on that journey. So long story short, started off from 10,000 rupees ka salary, and then within 3.5 years of my journey, I was able to reach to approximately 40 lakhs ka salary.
Wow. In just 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, in 3.5 years.
3.5 years, wow.
So, and in that shift of 3.5 years, I made 3 different switches, 3 company switches. And every time I was able to hit more than 100, 150, 200% of salary.
That's amazing.
So after getting onto that 40 lakhs wala salary in just 3.5 years of my experience, because at that time majority people or majority working professional, they feel ki if you want to reach 20 lakhs ka salary, if you want to reach 40 lakhs ka salary, you need to be at least more than 10 years of experience. So that I was able to overcome with that journey, and then gradually I started off helping the other my colleagues, my ex colleagues, as well as the entire people into this market. And we started off this journey officially in July 2020.
Wow.
And we have completed 5 years on this path, and more than 12,000 people have been trained, have got more than massive salary hikes. More than 2 lakh people have attended the workshops and
Wow.
webinars. And yeah, since then it has been a pure blessing.
Wow, that's really amazing that now you not only got hike for yourself, that now you had created a community and there are 12,000 plus people who have, got the help from you. That's really beautiful. But Saurabh, if you see, like maybe I started off my salary with 13,000 rupees, but it is very disheartening to see that you spent so many lakhs
Correct.
in your education just to end up with 10-15,000 of salary, and which don't even cover a basic expenses.
Absolutely.
So I remember sort of before I crack my interview, I was struggling to crack my interview, and unemployability is something that is like growing. The ratio is
Absolutely.
growing day by day. So I remember seeing one of the video on internet about how the Hyderabad crowd was, and when I said I thought that it is just a rally or something, but that rally was for a job interview and other things.
Correct.
So unemployability is increasing gradually, I mean drastically. So how can one find a good job and find a good get into the good dream job, Saurabh?
Okay, see, Sujata, majority of the people dream to get a bigger salary or maybe a bigger
right,
package, bigger
right.
CTCs, but ideally seeing hardly very few people are ready to work for it. And what I mean by saying this is that one is only and only putting the hard work. Okay, is that okay, I'm applying to 10, 20, 30, 40, 70 job applications every month. I'm trying via Naukri, I'm trying via LinkedIn. One is majority people are following the traditional approach, what we used to do 10 years back, 7 years back, 15 years back. Ideally, there are enough opportunities, there are high paying opportunities as well, but if you position yourself well,
Right.
so like it comes down to a point, how exactly are you positioning yourself,
Right.
and how exactly you are able to showcase to the company or maybe showcase to the organization and project that I'll be a relevant candidate for you. So it's more of about your relevance,
Right.
rather than about your whether you will get a job or you'll not get a job, or maybe jobs are being cut, or maybe layoffs are happening, or AI is getting a lot of jobs. It's more and more about like how relevant you are for the project and client, and how exactly you can prove that yes, you will be the best choice compared to somebody else.
Oh, I think positioning is very important, and showing yourself that yes, I'm the right candidate is very
True.
important. But I want you to go a little deeper in this, sort of that how can one position themselves? Because see, one is just he got graduated, he is unaware, and abhi bhi lot of people are applying on Naukri and LinkedIn, which is not working.
Correct.
Right. So I want you to go a little deeper in this, that how to apply, what is the right way of applying for a job right now, and how can one position themselves.
So majority of the working professionals think that LinkedIn and Naukri is not working. Or maybe they are applying to 20, 30, 40, 70, 80 job applications every month, and they're hardly getting 2 or 3 interviews scheduled onto their side. And ultimately they are onto that mode ki yaar LinkedIn doesn't works, or maybe Naukri doesn't works. Either I need to go for LinkedIn Premium or Naukri Premium wala profiles, or maybe I need to look for some other job portals, right? But the ideal way is that people are still applying with all those kind of fundamentals what our seniors used to apply maybe 10, 20, 30 years back.
Yes.
And if we optimize the Naukri or maybe LinkedIn well, we'll be able to outperform the other candidates. Like if I'll give you a very small example, if you are a working professional and if you really want to outbeat the other people in your competitive market, then you should definitely be using video resume ka feature on Naukri.
Wow.
Like people are not even focusing, not even thinking about creating a video resume. And In fact, Naukri has given an official survey a couple of years back that only 2% of the applicants present on Naukri are using the Naukri video resume ka feature. Now just think about it. Hardly 2% of the applicants are using video resume ka feature.
But what is the reason behind it?
People are not, they think कि okay, अगर मेरा ऐसे ही काम चल रहा है, ठीक है, Naukri is a job portal, ठीक है, I need to go ahead, I need to apply for a job. So it is so simple. Why do I even put my efforts to create a video, to come in front of a camera, to showcase my confidence, to showcase my relevance, and to confidently present in myself, and I can like just apply for the job. The HR will call me, they will schedule my interview, and everything will happen. But ideally, it is not going that way.
Right.
And more importantly, when you create a video resume, even before you go and sit for that interview, the interviewers gets to know about your persona, your personality, your confidence, how exactly you speak, how do you communicate, how do you present yourself, how do you express. So it acts like a passport for your profile.
Wow.
And it is like ki, I want to go to Europe, but I don't have a passport. So and there are so many other things. Now, video resume is one key feature of Naukri, and there are so many other things what people are absolutely missing onto their day-to-day journey.
Oh, this is really amazing that the video feature. I think when I was applying for a job in 2017, we
It was
didn't
not
have
there.
this. And
Absolutely.
I am telling you, even if this feature was available in 2017, I wouldn't have a confidence to record video.
Got it.
Definitely no. So how important because I want to ask you this question. Video recording is something most of the people, as you told, 2% of the people,
Yes.
certain percentage of the people are applying
Correct.
with a video resume, but rest of them are not doing it. And I want to ask you that, is it because of the confidence, or is it because that people want it to be done it in an easy way?
Yeah, it is a combination of both of those things. People are also ignorant when it comes to their actions and when it comes to their commitments, but they want better packages, but they want better hikes, but they want better salary. See, what I totally feel is you get what you deserve.
Correct.
You don't get what you want, only and only get what you deserve. So the question is, are you doing something that other people or other competitors or maybe other candidates are not even thinking about?
Right.
So if you can think that way and you can do all those kind of things and you can focus on all those kind of areas, you will definitely deserve more. So you always and always get what you deserve, not what you want.
Right. People don't want to put efforts.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now with this question, I want to blend it with the public speaking, that public speaking plays a very important role when it comes to applying for a job, because you need to present yourself confidently, right? So how important is this skill?
Sujata, what I feel is, when it comes to the word public speaking, people think that I need to go be on stage and speak in front of 100, 200, 500 people. That is public speaking.
Right.
But ideally, it is a part of public speaking.
Correct.
When you are like going ahead and presenting in front, even if you are creating a video, that video is going in front of like 50, 70, 100 employers, right? Or when you're like going ahead and presenting yourself and expressing yourself, and that skill of communicating, that skill of excelling in front of them, that skill of showcasing your confidence is itself is going to be positioning you in a different level of candidate compared to somebody else.
Yes.
So public speaking has become like, if you see public speaking and camera fear, these are the two biggest fears in the entire world, right? People would even prefer dying, but they would not go for facing the camera or maybe facing the public.
I understand more on this because I'm a public speaking coach. And Saurav, a lot of IT professionals, they come to me for the same reason, that Sujata, after 8 years of experience, they start taking it seriously, because IT professionals, they ignore the soft skills and they majorly focus on the hard skills.
Absolutely.
Right. And now they get stuck after the experience of 5 to 8, thinking now I'm not getting promotion, I'm not getting hike, I'm not getting a good job. It is only because of the communication skill.
Absolutely.
So that's something that I have seen drastically. Now coming back to the job again, Saurav, a lot of freshers are struggling with the job interview, definitely, but a lot of senior professionals are also struggling with a good hike. So how can one get over this?
See, what I feel is the biggest mistake of a working professional is that they are only dependent upon their hard skills, their technical skills, as well as the certifications. But they forget the other side, that how exactly do you negotiate with the interviewer, how exactly do you position yourself, how exactly you express in all those kind of interviews, how exactly you surpass your managerial rounds, and how exactly you will showcase them and prove them that yes, I am a better candidate, or maybe I deserve much more compared to some other folks into this particular market. So even if you are a mid-career professional, or maybe you are a senior career professional, they are always and always restricted to only and only their domain level knowledge, or maybe their domain level skills. And then they complain, like majority senior working professional, they complain that I've given 10 years to the company, I've given 15 years to the company, and still I'm not even getting, like I'm getting peanuts.
Right.
Or maybe I've spent 12, 15 years or 10 years into the market, and it is not reflecting in my bank account.
Right.
So the everything boils down to one factor, that how exactly do you grow on that leadership level, rather than only and only focusing on your hard skills or maybe your domain level knowledge. How exactly do you grow on the other aspects of this career growth?
Right. I think that's very important again. And I have, because I was also working for 3 years in the organization, and I have seen a lot of working professionals. They have been complaining about, especially my seniors, they have been complaining about the company. They have been telling this company is not giving a good hike, good salary. Just 2%, 3% of the hike is not enough. Right. It is important that you are not deserving to get that. Right.
Correct.
You do not know the negotiation skill, you do not know the persuasion skills, you do not know how to communicate well, you are not increasing your visibility, then it is definitely difficult for you to portray yourself, or get the career growth.
Correct.
So Saurav, now when it comes to the hike, I, as a working professional in 2017, I have heard that to get a good hike, you need to keep switching your job, then you'll get a good hike. But don't you think that switching multiple times from job companies to company will also affect your entire profile?
Okay. By the way, very good question. A lot of people would get like detailed insights about it. So, majority times what we think is, if I'm switching companies again and again, take it just for the sake of salary hike, then it might impact my entire career growth, right? Now the point is that it's not about the switch. It's not about that we have changed the company in past 2 years, or maybe past 1 year, or maybe past 1.5 year. It's not about that. Majority the factor is that how exactly do you convince them, how exactly you make them ready that yes, this became the reason for the switch,
Right.
or maybe this was the move, or maybe this was the like solid reason why exactly I was able to make this shift. And there are multiple such possibilities. Like you can go ahead and you can tell them and you can share them that I whatever project or whatever role I was hired for, it got successfully completed, or like the project or the client जिसके लिए मेरे को hire किया गया था,
This is a
it
valid
got
reason.
हाँ, it's a valid reason. Or maybe sometimes you can also showcase a genuine concern, like if you can like go ahead, somebody will go ahead and tell them that my project has been ramped down. The project, or maybe like the client I was working for, it got ramped down, like the project went off from the company itself.
Right.
And the company was pushing me, or company was asking me to sit on bench for a couple of months. So instead of sitting on a bench, rather I'll be part of some other company or some other project, and I'll use my skills over there.
Right.
So it's not about like I see it in a different way, that it is not going to impact your career growth unless and until you know how to handle that
Handle
switch.
it. So people should learn how to handle it than going panic.
Correct.
Because it also, because this is something that I've heard multiple times, and even when I have an organization, I do hiring. So when I see somebody who has 6 years, 6 months, 1 year of experience, and there's multiple times that the person has just worked in the company for 1 year, I'll never hire. Because I'll see that this person is not going to stay, this person is not going to stay here with me again, because उसको ग्रोथ करने से ज़्यादा उसको सैलरी पे ध्यान है. So that is one thing. But Saurabh, my another question will be that
I would add one point over here, that if you are a working professional, then you should never marry the company. You should never marry
you
your
should
company.
only date the company.
You should only date the company. You should never marry the company, because people are stuck there for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, but it is not reflecting in their bank account. or maybe what do they actually deserve, or maybe the kind of capabilities or capacity do they have, they are not getting what they are actually deserving for. So better you move out, or better you
Move
switch
out.
the company, you
Right.
change the environment, you change
Right.
the people around you. And why exactly, like the majority of the people, as you also mentioned a couple of minutes back, that people complain about their
Their
project,
organization project.
working professional, they complain about their boss, they complain about their company, they complain about the culture of the company. Why exactly you are sitting in that company then?
Correct.
You should better move out. You should better put a resignation. You should better find a good job, get a better salary hike, get a better project, get a better boss, or get a
Right.
better environment.
Right. You have
And
option, you have
you have
opportunities.
multiple options. The
Right.
only thing is you might be ignorant, or maybe you are in a comfort zone.
Right.
You're not
Very
moving
true.
out,
Very
and
true.
you are still complaining about the environment or maybe the people around you.
Very true. This is very true. I mean, like, as you said, that one should become deserving enough for
True.
something that you want.
Yes.
So, for that, skillful upgradation is very important. So, Saurav, when it comes to the hike as well, what I had seen while I was researching about you, that you majorly work on the mindset, because upgradation is okay, but mindset is very important. So, I saw that you help people with, in your community, you help people with NLP and other things. And I'll tell you what has happened when I was working in 2017. So I was working in TCS, and the building that I was working on, exact opposite to the other building, I don't know which company it was, I saw a person standing on the 12th floor and he just jumped
Okay.
and he lost his life. So that was the scariest thing that I had seen ever. And we got to know that it is because of the stress that he was carrying at the work, right? So I want to know that how important is the work life balance here for you? I mean, for people whoever are working.
See, what happens is when you're working in a project, or
Right.
maybe when you're working with a company or organization, if you are not growing in that role, if you're not growing in that domain, or maybe in that whatever skill it is, okay, then it creates a lot of pressure on you. And more importantly, when you don't have supporting people around you, or maybe you don't have the right environment around you, then also it becomes a stress for you.
Right.
So one of the common thing that I totally believe is that your progress equals happiness. If you're not progressing, if you're not growing, then you can never be happy, right? And if that is like, if you're able to like go ahead and make the balance of both the things, okay, not work life balance doesn't mean that okay, I'll have fixed number of hours and then I'll have fixed number of hours for my family, or maybe for myself. People are like even without this ratio also, people are enjoying their work. So it completely depends on person to person. Now you need to find that what exactly aligns with you. Maybe for someone, like for a person like me, I'm a morning person. So if I'm waking up early morning, or maybe I'm starting my day early, that gives me happiness. Maybe for somebody, the late night shift wala working or operations could give them happiness.
Correct.
So it depends upon person to person.
Right.
And the most important, like the baseline is, you find your own identity and you find what's your personal aura.
Right.
And that personal aura could be different. The personal aura of Sujata could be different to personal aura of someone else. बट आपका एक स्पेस होगा जिसमें कि यू कैन फील हैप्पी, और मे बी यू कैन बी स्ट्रेस फ्री. लेट्स सपोज यू डांस फॉर 10 minutes and you'll completely feel okay. But maybe for somebody else, or maybe like for me, if I really want to chill, or maybe I really want to like go ahead and stress out, like burst all of that stuff, maybe I'll go for a 10 minutes of drive.
Wow.
So it is different. Maybe for someone it could be swimming. So what exactly is happening? We are not able to involve, or we are not able to do those क्या बोलते हैं उसको, leisure activities, or we are not able to do that pleasure activities on a regular basis. What actually is aligned with me?
So majorly you have left your passion for the work. है ना? So I mean, like one of my cousin, what he does, and I'm rightly said that you do certain things off the work, and that also helps you to relax yourself, stress free रह सकते हो. तो मेरे जो cousin है, what he does, he's good at art. So he will work throughout the day, but evening he will sit for his artwork, and that makes him feel relaxed. So I think that is rightly said.
Correct, absolutely.
Right. So now when it comes to negotiation as well, Saurav, what are the other ways of negotiating? One is a salary, but there are other ways of negotiating at the organization. So
Okay. While negotiating with the HRs and recruiters, people are only worried about their salary negotiation. Rather, they should also be focusing on their notice period negotiation, company joining का negotiation, or maybe early release का negotiation, extra components and bonuses while negotiating on their components of the salary, or maybe stocks and equities wala negotiation. There are different game plans of negotiation. People only think, or people are only worried about their salary negotiation. Rather, it's a complete like umbrella of different sort of negotiation, and it starts from your job interview wala process itself. Like as soon as you get a call from the HR, and she or he is gonna be asking you that what is your and how many days are you available, right? And if you are available in 60 days or 90 days ka notice period, then they might not schedule an interview. This is what is happening with majority of the working professionals. So at from that point itself, you need to do a notice period negotiation with them.
Wow.
Then in the later stage, you will go ahead and do some negotiations in the technical interview, then in the managerial interview, then in the HR interview, then in like after joining the company as well, there are certain components that you can ask on the day of joining. So negotiation is a very broad cycle. People think कि negotiation will only come into play into the HR round.
HR round, right. So should one ask for salary? I mean, should one negotiate regarding the salary from the first round, or how is it? Because you see that let's assume that I have to give my managerial round. They ask me what is your salary expectation.
Correct.
Again, in technical round, they'll try to ask. So which round one should talk about salary?
Okay. So majorly salary negotiation ka conversation you should postpone till the HR round.
Okay.
But if they are consistently asking about that thing in the initial qualification wala call, or maybe in the initial technical or managerial interview, you can tell it in a very subtle way. Maybe you can tell them in the range. Let's suppose you are currently on 10 lakhs and you are looking for at least 17-18 lakhs ki range mein, right? So you can give them that I am expecting something in the range of 16 lakhs to 20 lakhs. So instead of giving them the exact number, you can give them a wide range so that you have more flexibility to play around the numbers in the final round.
This is nice, I think. Cool. So rather than giving them the exact number, it is better that you give them a range.
Correct.
But Saurabh, I'm really excited to know this, that a lot of your students have multiple job offers.
Correct.
And I have also seen other people around me as well that they have multiple job offers.
Correct.
And at the same time, there are people who are still struggling to search for a good job. For the last 6 months, they have been trying for a good job. What is the difference between both of these candidates?
Okay. By the way, very good question. A very thoughtful question. So maybe if we talk about like what are the different things, or maybe like what are the list of those things which is creating a difference between both of those people. One is about the positioning, as we also talked about positioning. Second is that how exactly are you performing, or maybe how exactly are you peak performing in every single interview.
Right.
Then comes with your negotiation, that how exactly are you able to negotiate well, not just salary negotiation, but every single aspect of the negotiation. Because a lot of times what happens is people reach till the HR round. Okay, so, any working professional, they are reaching till the HR round, but their offers got on hold. Or maybe their interviews are being put on hold. Or maybe companies are not releasing their offer letters till the last stage.
Happening?
Because ultimately, they are not yet convinced with your candidature. Right? They are not yet convinced. It's not about okay. So majority of the people feel that, okay, let's suppose your current salary is 10 lakhs. You are asking in the HR round about maybe 16 lakhs. Just a random example, okay? And the HR is telling them, no, we can at max go till 15 lakhs. Okay? Now in this case, do you think for a company like TCS, for a company like IBM, for a company like Google, for any of the organization, okay, do you really think that 1 lakh really makes a difference?
No, it will not.
It will definitely not make a difference, right? These companies, every single day, they are making crores and crores of turnover, right? Now, the point is, it is not about 15 lakh or 16 lakh.
It is about
It is about that, it is about that they are not yet convinced with your candidature. They are not yet convinced with Ramesh. They are not yet convinced with Swati. They are not yet convinced with Mehak. And that's why they might be thinking ki if I have to give 16 lakhs, maybe I'll get a better candidate in 16 lakhs.
Oh.
Maybe I'll get a more skilled candidate in 16 lakhs. Maybe I'll get a candidate who is available to join before, early, compared to Sujata, or maybe compared to anybody else. So now they are looking or thinking about all those kind of aspects. they are not yet convinced by your candidature. Budget is never a problem. Majority of the working professionals feel that salary negotiation or maybe budget constraint is the majority of the issue, take it right now in the market or due to recession, layoffs, AI. But ideally that is not a concern. The HR is not yet convinced with your candidature as well as your profile, and you have not been able to position yourself, you have not been able to showcase that confidence or maybe that conviction in your interview performance. And it could be because of multiple things. It could be because of your communication, could be because of your presentations, your public speaking skills, your negotiation wala aspects, your objection handling wala aspects as well. It could be like multiple things. But a working professional, whenever an interview is scheduled of a working professional, they only prepare about their technical aspects and they go for the interview. Which is only 20% of the game.
Just 20%.
Just 20% of the game, because you are being judged upon different level of aspects. You are being judged based upon a lot of soft skills as well as your personality, or like different sort of things, your objection handling, your negotiation, your like how exactly you are presenting yourself. There are multiple such aspects, and you are only going ahead with just 20% of preparation. तो आपने बाकी 80% का तो प्रिपरेशन किया ही नहीं, एंड इट इज़ लाइकली टू हैपन कि भाई आपका ऑफर अटक गया बीच में, या फिर यू आर नॉट बीन प्रमोटेड फॉर द मैनेजरियल राउंड, या नॉट बीन प्रमोटेड फॉर द एचआर राउंड, आप तो कहीं ना कहीं अटकोगे उसमें. सो दैट इज व्हाई हार्ड स्किल इज फाइन इम्पॉर्टेंट. एंड वन मोर बिगेस्ट, लाइक वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट ब्लंडर और वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक व्हाट अ वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल डज इज दे थिंक कि यार मेरा स्किल और मेरा सर्टिफिकेशन और मेरा जो भी हार्ड स्किल है उसी को रिवाइज और पॉलिश करूँगा तो मेरा कुछ करियर में ग्रोथ हो पाएगा. Ultimately, that's not the reality. Then? That is absolutely not a reality. Rather, there are different elements that they should be focusing upon. मान लो आपका टेक्निकल राउंड क्लियर हो गया, फर्स्ट राउंड आपका टेक्निकल राउंड था, क्लियर हो गया, आप फिर सेकंड राउंड में फेल हो जाओगे या थर्ड राउंड में अटक जाओगे, मैनेजरियल राउंड में आपका निकल जाओगे, एचआर राउंड तक पहुँचते पहुँचते आपका बैंड बच जाएगा. सो दे आर नॉट prepared overall for their interview journey. They're only prepared for their technical skill.
Right. And this happens majorly with IT professionals only, as far as I had seen.
Correct.
So, as I was telling you some time back, that they are only focusing on technical skills. Soft skills बहुत ज़्यादा important, and they feel stuck after certain years of experience also. So, Saurav, this is good. Okay, you told me about the negotiation and other things, and I want to know what is this massive hike formula. So, आपका formula क्या है for people?
So our formula for people in order to get more salaries and more hikes and regular growth in their journey is the common method that we are following is your job switch. ठीक है. And when you switch a job, ठीक है, a lot of time people feel कि यार like it's been 1 year in the company, it's been 2 years in the company, will it be a question on my stability, or will it be a question on my like will they doubt me as a person or as a candidate? So it's not about that, rather it's about कि you are growing yourself and you're evolving yourself in every 2 years. So that is one way of switching the company and adding 70% more, 100% more, 120% more on your salary. Second aspect is when you go and join the company, you need to make your dependencies too hard on the organization as well as on the project.
I mean makes sense. Yes.
True.
Yes.
Because now what happens is, this is if you like see it in another way around, you join a company, you go join a new company, you got a 120% salary hike, and you join a new company. Okay. Now in that company, maybe you will be there for next 1.5 year. Now during that tenure, if you are able to create your super dependencies on the project as well as the client, now what will happen is, after 1.5 year, when you will try to switch and you will try to go out and you will put your resignation, on your resignation itself, your current company will give you a jump of maybe 50% or 60%. Every year people are getting 5%, 7% ka increase. But as soon as you put your resignation, because you have made so many dependencies on them, they feel very hard to get somebody else, train them for so many of months, so they will better be giving you a 50 60 70% of jump. So now what happens is, as soon as you put a resignation, you have got 50 to 70% of jump from the appraisal from the current company, And then on top of it, you decide whether you want to stay in that company or you want to move out. If you still want to move out, then on that increased 50-70%, आप एक और 100% ले सकते हो.
Wow. Job change करके.
हाँ. So if you see that cycle, like if I'll tell you, people with less than 5 years or people in the range of 5 years to 10 years of experience, they are right now sitting above 30 to 40 lakhs.
Wow. And this is not possible for people who are experienced also. 20
Correct.
साल के experience लेके भी अभी they have not even touched that
Correct,
number.
absolutely.
So basically what you're trying to say कि make yourself irreplaceable.
True, absolutely.
Right. Wonderful. So I internal hike कैसे होगा? I mean जैसे you were telling about we were discussing around the hike, but it is also, I think you had added the internal hike, but I want to discuss little more deeper about the internal hike. कि how can one get a internal hike rather than thinking of switching the job again and again?
Nice. So there are multiple fundamental, like one of the practices that we make all of our members to follow is MC activity. I call it as MC activity. Now, what is MC activity? It's monthly contribution activity. Now, what we ask them to do is that every single month, an email should be going, like you need to drop an email
Right.
to your immediate manager
Right.
that what has been your monthly contribution.
Wow.
ठीक
This
है.
is good.
You keep on dropping them a monthly contribution on like month 1, then month 2, then month 3, and so on. And once in a month, go to your manager. Okay, so once in a month, go to your like immediate POC and talk them about, when you like go for their interaction, don't never talk about anything in your favor. Never talk about your appraisal, your hike, your promotion, your nothing. Only and only talk about how I can improvise more,
Wow.
how I can contribute more, and what more I can do in this project or maybe in this company or maybe with this client. Now what happens is, Sujata, let's suppose first month you are doing this activity. Second month you are again going to your manager talking only and only the growth of the project. Then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9. Let's suppose after 9 months, the promotion cycle is gonna be coming, right? Now just think about it. After 9 months, you go to your manager, you have a like you're having a discussion with her, and then in the 9th month, you are asking about appraisal, or maybe you're talking about your growth and you're talking about your appraisal, you're talking about your stuff. At that point of time, your manager or your POC will feel uncomfortable to say no to you.
Wow. I'm like, this is really nice.
Because you have pulled them towards you in so much of like detailed manner that they are having a different impression about you. They are thinking कि भाई जब भी ये बंदा आता है, he or she only talks about the growth of the
Growth
company.
of the company.
Now after 9th month, when he or she is talking about his or her growth, that how can I even possibly say no to her?
Right. That's amazing.
That's one of the activity. And
Right.
like if you focus on like the internal growth wala parameters and perspective, it is insane. Like people are hitting 50, 70, 80% of internal jumps as well.
That's amazing. 50,
That's-
60
that's a
hike
big
is
number.
good, yeah. Because when I
Absolutely.
was working, it was just 3 to 5%.
Yes, correct.
And even
today,
the HR caps
even
has
today, that's number is same.
so even the HR caps comes up to the max of 10%. That
True.
also मैंने ज़्यादा बता दिया है. But if you see, मतलब मैं जब जॉब कर रही थी तो हाइक के टाइम पे सब मैनेजर का चमचा बन रहा है कि बॉस यस बॉस नो बॉस. तो people lot of employers they think कि whatever manager is going to tell, whatever I'm going to get assigned, everything I'm going to tell yes and yes and yes, just because I can get a good career growth or promotion. So what do you
Okay.
have?
See, I have a totally different perspective on this.
Right.
What I feel is a good manager or a good leader,
Right.
they don't need yes mans in their team.
They don't
A
need
good-
yes man.
A good manager or a good leader, they don't only need yes mans in their team.
Right.
The only like there will be a couple of yes mans, ठीक है, वो मतलब repeat basis पे वो गधे वाला काम करते रहेंगे वो लोग. But that leader or that manager will only promote or grow somebody
Right.
who is not just a yes man, but who is contributing with ideas,
Right.
who is contributing with decisions, who is like going ahead and trying to lead
Right.
and trying to make the job easy for a manager.
Cool. I mean, that's amazing. But now I want to talk little dark side of the corporate
Okay.
space. So, what is the dark reality of these big four companies?
By the very good question. So, the dark reality of big four companies is that you keep on working, like you are giving your 5 years, your 10 years, your 15 years to the company, but company doesn't reward loyalty. They reward significance. They reward your relevance. People feel or people think that loyalty is the main element, but companies don't reward your loyalty.
Oh.
Rather, how significant you are, how relevant you are, and how much up to date you are. That's going to be like going ahead and making a lot of difference. And you must have seen people with their 10, they have spent 10 years, 12 years, 5 years, 7 years, 9 years in the same company, and somebody less smart than them, someone who has just recently joined the company, or maybe who is younger to them, they have been promoted.
Right.
They have got a better hikes, they have got a better salary, they have got a better numbers, but that person is still there at that particular
Correct.
stage.
Correct.
So like loyalty is not the proof, rather your significance as well as your presence makes the difference. This is one point. Second thing is, a lot of times we are calculating our worth, or maybe we are calculating our presence in the company compared to the working hours. And people
Yes.
feel ki if I'll work like working more or working hard or working in the favor of company equals more number of hours, but that's not true. Like you don't get what you get what you are absolutely capable of. You're not getting paid based upon the number of hours.
Right. Right.
So if there are and there are a couple of more things, if people make a right balance in all these kind of things and they understand it wisely, there won't be any kind of work life balance, there won't be any kind of stress, there won't be like a kind of like very competitive feeling that okay, others are growing, I'm not growing. So all these kind of like toxic environment when it's being created in the corporate world, it is just because of we are being lazy or maybe we are being ignorant and we are
Right.
not ready
You
to
have to be on
uplift
your
ourselves.
toes.
Yes,
That's it.
absolutely correct.
Right, right. But sort of lot of questions that is right now. But I want to ask you this question because this is the biggest problem also that I see. Many people, like you were telling, that visibility is something that people want, and when you are visible, you get those good salary hikes or the promotion, or whenever you show your leadership skill, so you attract everything, right? So that is little difficult. Visibility is little difficult. Recognition becomes little difficult in the big four companies,
Okay.
right? And people assume that okay, if I join the startup, maybe I'll get a good visibility, good recognition, appreciation, everything. But big four companies, visibility thoda sa you have to be really on your toes. But startup companies, they get everything that they are expecting, but salaries पे हमेशा थोड़ा सा धोखा खा जाते हैं कि कभी सैलरी हाइक का हो गया या फिर good position. Many drawbacks are also there. So what should one do? Should they, I mean, how do they actually do? Should they get into the big four or should they get into the
Okay,
startup?
a very nice question. So it completely depends upon how fast you want the growth. So if you are somebody who is less than 7-8 years of experience, so I always prefer, or maybe like I always recommend that you should at least do maybe 1 year, 2 years of work in a middle-sized company or
Middle-sized
maybe a
company.
startup company. If you're under 7, 8, 9 years of experience, because at that point of time you can afford to give more time. You can afford to a little bit lose on your work-life balance as well. That's fine. That's okay. But that 1.5 year being spent in a startup or maybe in a
Right.
middle scale company will give you an exposure equivalent to 3 to 4 years.
Wow.
That 1 year in startup is equal to 3-4 years in a bigger company.
So you recommend work in the startup in the first
Yes,
few
in the
years
first few years, in the less
and
than
then switch to big
and
company.
then ultimately your goal has to be that I'll need to be in a big four company, that I need to be in that bigger MNCs, so that you can have a little time for yourself, you can have work-life balance, as well as you can explore the global projects and like global opportunities as well.
So, Saurabh, along with this, what are the top 5 soft skill that one working professional should have to grow in the organization?
So the top skills that a working professional should have is, first is their objection handling. Okay. Second
Right.
is like how well they're communicating and putting like their point and presenting in front of them. Third is that how exactly is their body structure, how exactly is their like appearance, or maybe how exactly they are expressing, or their
Right.
gestures and
Right.
like all those kind
Right.
of facial gestures, your body
Right.
gestures, and
Right.
how exactly you're
Right.
positioning yourself. Then the fourth factor is that what are your people skills? देखिए, even if you are a junior candidate or maybe you're a mid experience or you're senior experience, what others think about you,
Hmm.
and are you a real contributor in the project or not, right? So that's gonna be like creating that impact. Like you'll be able to create that impact and influence on the other folks, on the other people. And like above all, like
Right.
the last point is that how well you are able to pick up as an initiative,
Wow.
like how
This is
fast and how
adaptability is
quick.
very important.
Adaptability, yes,
Yeah.
adaptability, and how exactly you can initiate for certain things, or maybe you're pick up for some, or maybe you're ready to contribute for any new thing that's going to be coming. And this becomes one of the reasons that the your leaders and your managers and all those people are looking at you,
Right.
that whether you are just like whether you are an initiator or you're not an initiator.
This also helps them to decide whether you deserve to get into the
Yes,
leadership skill,
absolutely.
leadership position or not.
Right.
Right,
So
right, right.
whenever somebody is in a leadership position, they always and always look up to ki who is going to be the next one.
Right.
And when you and they are able to see those kind of traits in you, then they will definitely going to be nurturing you and preparing you for
Very
the
true, very true.
future roles.
I mean, we spoke a lot around unemployability and the mindset and work-life balance and lot more. But I want to also put little spotlight on the layoffs. So 2020, when COVID happened, lot of people they lost their job and no one was prepared for it, and no one ever dreamt that this will ever happen and we might lose job. What if tomorrow working professional have, or especially all of us have to go through the similar situation where again everything's are shut? So how should one be prepared for it, Saurav?
So see, whenever what I think is that in this market, majority of the people are simply sitting and waiting for the right time to come in. That okay, I'll switch my company once the COVID will go away, or
Right.
I'll like go ahead and work upon my communications once like the market is gonna be a little easy. Okay,
Right.
once the layoffs will be okay and like everything is gonna be settled.
Right.
So what I have observed, if you see Sujata for last 5 years, okay, every 1.5 years something or the other thing is gonna be coming.
Right.
Like 2020 में COVID आया,
COVID
first
आया,
hit,
right.
ठीक है, then till 2021 का second half, again the second wave of COVID came in,
Correct.
ठीक है, then 2023 का starting में
Right.
this recession and all these kind of things
Correct.
started booming in.
Right.
Then 2024 में AI came into picture.
Correct.
And
AI
it
definitely,
started
right.
like creating like the huge impact on the market and all the kind of things. So every 1.5 year something or the other thing is going to be coming.
Absolutely.
So
And no one is prepared for it.
absolutely no one is prepared about
Right.
it. And how we have seen these last 5 years, the next 5 years is going to be 10 times more faster.
Wow.
The rapid changes are going to be coming in.
Right.
Okay, earlier the things were changing, the market was changing in every 1.5 year. Now you'll see the market is going to be changing in every 6 months.
Right.
So if you are a working professional, you should always and always focus on your personal integrity, as well as you as a person, how fast you can adapt and how you can go ahead and grow with the present momentum and with the present market. So if like the AI is coming in, you should be like stepping with AI
Right.
in your career.
Right.
If something else is coming in, you should be ready to like go ahead and adapt
And
it.
that's where you told adaptability, soft skill is
Absolutely.
very important.
True.
Right, right. I mean, very well said again, Saurav. And if you see, I was having a conversation with one of the CEO of the company, and he had three floors of employee. And he told that, Sujata, I really had to put everyone on layoff because what will I do? Right? Because now AI has replaced, and what will I do? And he really have one floor people, hardly 10-15 people sitting in the office, and they're doing all the job what 100 150 200 people were doing for him. Right? So tomorrow we don't know what is going to come.
Correct.
And adaptability is so important right now. Adaptability, negotiation, communication, these things are very important when it comes to growing in the organization. कि आप visibility बढ़ाओ, जल्दी से grow करो, निकलो.
Absolutely.
Right. So you do not really have to sit in the comfort zone. You have your family, you have your own life. People are dependent on you in your family. So start taking things seriously, and that is well said again, Saurabh. Thank you so much, Saurabh. What is that one message that I want to give to our hikers?
One message for every single hiker as well as all the working professional is that you should focus on your personal growth. And a lot of times we are defining our careers and we are defining our life based upon our educational background, based upon what we did in our colleges, based upon maybe like what exactly is my hard skill or their
Right.
technical skill. But apart from that, what exactly you do in your personal space and what exactly you do for your personal growth,
Right.
that is going to be determining that how is going to be your next 2 years or next 3 years or next 5 years. So if you really want to like go ahead and grow as fast as possible in the next 1 year or 2 year of time span, like your total focus has to be on personal growth. Your total focus has to be improvising your personality, improvising your candidature, your persona, and that's the
Right.
only way of
Personal
going
growth
ahead
is
and
very
making. Yes.
important. So, Saurav, what is the biggest reason that people are not getting interview calls while others are getting n number of calls for a job interview?
So the biggest reason when people are not getting calls is ultimately their profile ranking is not there. Their profile is not ranking on Naukri. Their profile is not ranking
Right.
on LinkedIn. Their profile is not ranking on any of the job platforms and job portals, and for which they should do the ideal profile optimization. Okay, so they should do the profile optimization on every single portal, and they should learn about it, and they should understand like how exactly the ranking matters. And
Right.
if the ranking becomes possibly great, then you can easily get 5, 7, 10, 15 calls every single week, not a month.
Wow.
Because majority of the people,
Wow.
what they do is they apply for 10, 20, 30, 70 applications. They hardly get 2 to 3 interview schedule.
Is it also because of the ATS thing?
Yeah, ATS also is also one of the reasons,
Mhm.
as well as profile optimization becomes one reason. Then one more
Right.
reason is their objection handling.
Objection
Then
handling.
they're not able to convince them for a
Right.
60 days to 90
Right.
days ka notice period. So there are n number of reasons
Right.
that becomes a reason
Right.
that why they're not being shortlisted, and while
Right.
somebody else is going to be shortlisted.
Right. And I mean that's really amazing that one should actually optimize their profiles and ranking is very important. But what is the biggest blunder working professionals are doing while applying for a job interview?
So the biggest blunder while applying for a job interview is you are applying to every single job with the same resume. Right, and it can never rank, it can never get a perfect match. So you should ideally spend some time,
Right.
maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes of time to match with that particular
Right.
JD, match with that job
Right.
requirement, and then you apply for it.
Right.
Second thing is that you're not able to handle the objections of the HRs and recruiters. Maybe it is notice period ka objection, maybe it is salary ka expectations ka objection, maybe it is you are not fit with their requirement ka objection, maybe
Right.
sometimes the HR comes and tell that you are too young for this profile,
Oh,
or
this has
maybe you are
happened to me a lot.
maybe you are overqualified for
Right.
this requirement,
Ah.
or see you are less than 10 years of experience,
Right.
we can't give you more than 10 lakhs of salary, or we can't give you more than 15 lakhs of salary. So these are multiple objections that you face in every single interview call, and if you're not aware about how to like handle all these kind of scenarios, you can never ever expect to reach the HR rounds of all these
Right.
interviews.
So conversation skill, communication skills,
True.
negotiation skills, this is very important,
True,
I think.
absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful, awesome. Thank you so much, Saurav. It was wonderful having conversation with you. Thank you so much for adding value
Wow.
in our community and Sujata's talk show.
Wow.
So, how was your entire experience?
Thank you so much for having this lovely conversation, and I'm pretty sure the kind of work that you are doing and the way you are empowering like the people, that's going to be massive. And it can only happen when someone has gone through that phase, like someone has gone through that
Right.
journey and gone through that phase. And it was a beautiful interaction. Thanks for having me, and all the super best to your entire group, your entire community.
Thank you. Thank you, Saurav.
Thank you.